All right, cheers and salutations. Welcome, one and all, to Chicago Reacts. Please be sure to like, comment, share, and subscribe, and hit that ring bell notification. That way, all you lovely, beautiful people are made aware we upload new content. You guessed it, upon our YouTube channel. And today, we have ourselves a fun video to check out. It is from the internet historian incognito mode called Exploration. So, look, folks, I think we're all due. I think this might be the last one he'll be uploading until he goes into hibernation. But it's from the internet historian. So listen, folks, if you don't got it, get it. If you don't get it, you better go figure it out. So please, everyone, like we always say, you hip, cool cats, please support the original content creator. Please support the original content creator. Please, 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 please support the original content creator. Why? Because it's the right thing to do. It's the one thing to do. And I expect all you beautiful, hip, cool cats to do it. Okay, so there you go. So grab yourself a tasty snack and a tasty beverage. And let's enjoy this video in a 3, a 2, and an uno. Let's do it.
Brought to you by NordVPN.
Ooh.
Exploration. Exploration! What is exploration? Ah, no one's climbed this one before. Whee! Witness this moment, local. Make a note, boy. Yeah, I used to plow once, but I've given it up. Now I'm more of an explorer. Maybe I should explore my sexuality. What the hell is that? Under the ocean? I'm afraid there's not much to see.
Except for giant squid. Yes, that's the animal that frightens me the most. Don't ask why.
A gun!
Blew up faster than a Titan sub. Was that too soon? Yeah, that was too soon. That was bad taste. I'm sorry.
First things first, a little bit of admin.
Yes.
Happy Pride Month.
Happy Pride Month, thank you.
Cool.
I just wanted to let you know, in honor of you, my friend, I'm going to avoid using any homophobic slurs for the rest of the month.
Well, maybe just for the next 10 minutes.
Look, I'm still going to say them, but I just won't say them with as much vitriol. How about that?
But I'll pull a Tay-Zonde and pull away from the mic to say them.
Oh, yeah, that was one of the first major viral YouTube videos. Chocolate rain.
You imagine that? Like, we're just having a chat, and then you just hear, like, a quiet slur. Like, just in the mic opposite.
Just off in the distance. You were right. Did you say something?
No.
Nope.
No, I didn't.
And of course you've got your Discord set up so that, like, it's so sensitive that it picks up even the smallest sounds.
Ah, the best.
That's a really funny idea.
All right, what did you actually want to talk about?
Ooh. See, now, I always wanted to visit Hawaii. But it costs us too goddamn much money.
We've flown to Hawaii in a couple of months. When you look at that on the map, oh boy, those dudes be out there. I feel like in general that would be quite a relaxing living for the last several thousand years. Just chilling, eating fish and fucking coconuts and stuff.
Yeah, I think it was fairly brutish as well. Like, Captain Cook, he died in Hawaii.
Yeah, Captain Cook, not Captain Crunch. I served on the Captain Crunch ship. But Captain Cook, well, his ass got cooked.
I am pretty sure.
Oh yeah, he got run over by a Toyota Corolla, I think.
Yeah, that's right. And he got killed by the locals. And one of the reasons for that was they became very scared of the Europeans because this was their second voyage over. And the first time, someone went on the ship sick. They go, guys, does anyone have a cold? Does anyone have a flu? Serious, you can't come. You can't come if you're sick. No, no, I swear, it's just my allergies. It's just the sea air. All right. And then they brought him along, and then he sneezed on one of the locals, and then 90% of
Oh no, disease.
the population died.
Just ran up and sneezed on him.
And then he went back to England or whatever. And in the meanwhile, the Hawaiians are going, what the heck? They put a curse on us. And then Captain Cook shows up again and he's going, I'm loving this. This was brilliant last time. They had coconut bras. They had coconut cocktails.
That's right. They had the beautiful ladies. They had nice tropic weather. You had good food, good music, and hey, is that an arrow being launched right at me?
Coconut music.
Yeah, they didn't have horses, but they would clap the coconut halves together. Grass skirt, loving it. Especially when there was a strong breeze.
Hawaiian shirts.
Moana on TV.
Yeah.
And anyway, they were loving it. And then all of a sudden they see the natives and they're running up. And this time they got spears. And they're going, what's going on? And
What the hell, man? Pretty sure I heard something different. That doesn't seem right.
Were you calling me a liar?
I don't know. I heard something different.
Yeah, hold on, let me Google. I'll Google it.
What
Look, I
happened?
found these ladies. They will be the arbiters of the whole thing.
Cook is, horrible because he brought disease. He's not terribly important. The best thing about him is that we killed him.
Whoa!
No, hold on, let her cook. This is that's sick.
It's not very nice.
I'm glad we ate him.
This is where Cook went, took his diseases to the Maoris or the Tahitians, whatever. We can say we Hawaiians took care of this problem here. We killed Cook.
They didn't know about germ theory. He didn't know. All right, this lady didn't give us any substantial information. So we consulted Wikipedia as to what actually happened.
No, don't consult Wiki. Cheater.
Okay, so here's what happened. So Cook, right, he returns, and it's not just him, there's other people with him. They return to Hawaii,
Yep.
and they need to do repairs because their ship, the mast is broken. While they're doing that, there's a series of thefts from Cook's camp. It says here that they stole iron tongs and baskets.
Oh.
So it's like, it's the valuable stuff, you gotta keep that in the vault.
The real high value items.
So they put up with the thieving and the pinching for a while, but then, so they've got these boats, right? So they park them in the ocean. You don't want to get too close to the beach. You don't want to get stuck on the shore. So you then take these little boats all the way to the shore, and they're called cutters. At one point they discovered, hey, someone's stolen one of our little boats. So the next day, Cook and about 10 of his dudes, they march ashore, right? And they go up to the Hawaiian king, and his name is like Turiabu. And they go, you're coming with us, fella. We're going to take you as a hostage, and then we're going to force the natives to return the boat, please. Also, I want those tongs back. And that basket.
And also, how did you possibly get past our security to steal the tongs and basket?
But in the chaos, when they're trying to take the king, a Hawaiian chief shows up,
Okay.
and his name is like Kalimu, and he's shot and killed.
Oh,
Timing on
no!
his part.
Things have escalated from tongs and boats to murder.
I like to imagine he just pops into the hut like, oh, hey guys, what's happening here? Bang!
No!
just real wrong place, wrong time.
Why'd you kill my favorite chief?
I got those 10 Hawaiian pizzas you ordered.
Pizza time.
So the natives, they get angry.
Understandably.
Cook and his crew take off running. They're going back for the longboats.
Yep.
They're like, we got to get out of there. We got to get off this island. We've made a big mistake.
Yep.
Big mistake.
Huge.
Run.
And then while they're pushing their boats into the water, Cook and the crew are attacked by the natives. Uh-oh. Now, they're fighting, and it's like, it's all in slow motion. And Cook turns around, he shoots and he kills a native warrior. At that point, he is then struck with a wooden club, and then someone stabs him with an iron dagger.
Real like level 1 goblin items to be killed by. he took a collective 12 damage from that.
Cook then fell down, and he, along with 4 other soldiers, were never seen again by the men who escaped back to the Resolution, which is...
Hey, where's the captain at? Right now, good old Captain Cook got crushed. He's Captain Crushed Head.
the big ship. And then they like weirdly preserved his body and did a whole bunch of things. We can't show the images. It's very gruesome. I think they kind of liked him by the end. Yeah, at least once he was dead.
It's hard to be angry at a body, I guess.
Yeah, interesting.
That is, yeah, okay, that's very different to what I was led to believe. I would like to know how this other chief was shot and killed. Well, I suppose the instigating event was the theft, but that definitely escalated it a little bit. Like, how do you go from...
Yeah, the chief might have attacked him or something.
Okay, yeah, if it was a self-defense, then that would make a bit more sense. I'm so sorry to the editor who has to proofread all the nonsense that I've, like, all the
Get to work, editor.
nonsense and half-truths.
Yeah, things that we've, like, overheard in a fever dream. When
Yeah, like, vague, heard half of at a pub because
when we're in the club, or we're in the, like, you know, somewhere.
Hey, man, you heard what happened to Cook? Nah, man, what happened to Cook? Oh, he's dead.
We're cool.
Yeah.
Me just with an ear to a glass at the toilet stall and at the kebab shop, and I'm just like, yeah, that's a good fact.
Yeah,
I'm loving that.
I'm gonna
yeah,
put that's going.
What else happened?
Right in the brain, right in the memory hole for later. They're gonna love this one.
Ad time. Nordman, I sentence you to 2 years in the prison, Slammer. But I'm innocent. And just so you learn a lesson, here's 4 additional months.
No, Nordman. By the way, NordVPN is a very good product.
Welcome to my life. In Schnord-Schnank. Redemption. It's hell in here. They track your every move.
Prisoners, it's time for cookies. I hope you'll accept them.
There's no privacy in this jail at all. It's like a goddamn prison.
We have trackers all over this prison, and we're going to use that to collect data and sell it to marketers. But someone here has been using a VPN, and I have a suspicion of who it is.
I'll never rat out my crew, Warden.
Have it your way, then.
Just let me out, Warden. You don't have to make this such a huge deal. Wait a minute. Something in my prison wallet.
Kid, if you ever find yourself in the hole, use this. Saley eSIM.
The Saley eSIM gives you 20 gigabytes of mobile data, which you can use anywhere in the world. And then you pair it with the NordVPN app, and then you're totally anonymous as well. You can pretty much go anywhere and do anything.
A gift when you sign up to NordVPN.
Hello? Nord 24 hours support hotline? I'm in solitary and I'm feeling very alone right now.
Where,
Get him out.
Where did he go? Impossible!
Come with me.
I can't. I belong here.
No.
But where are you gonna go, kid?
With Nord's thousands of servers around the globe, anywhere but here.
Final call for the flight. All passengers.
Hey, that's O'Hare Airport. Yeah, that's definitely O'Hare.
Anywhere but here.
Final call.
Yep, that's O'Hare. Had a lot of good memories there. Well, except for waiting in line and getting in the airplane. But, you know, I remember a time, an innocent era, when you could go all the way up to the terminal to see your loved ones get on the airplane. Now you can't do that anymore.
For the flight. All passengers, please line up by the gate.
Not leaving so soon, are you? Huh? I changed my mind about jail. Saley man? I sentence you to a life sentence with me.
Freedom. Oh, yeah, there you go.
Naughty Dufresne was never seen again by authorities. But he went on to commit many more crimes.
As he
So
should.
get NordVPN today with nordvpn.com/incognito. Get a huge deal on a 2-year plan plus 4 extra months. And when you sign up using my link, you get a free eSIM with Saley. Hey, that's pretty good. Would you live at the bottom of the ocean?
No, I would not. Too creepy.
Absolutely not. Not even.
No.
I don't even want to think about
No.
it. No. Look, I played Bioshock 1 and 2. That seems like an awful idea.
It is an awful idea. A very bad idea.
It'd be fun to visit, maybe. But
I'd quite like to live under the ocean.
really?
That seems really neat, you know, live in a big glass semicircle.
You have like a chute, like a window that just opens up and just fish pour in, you close it, and that's your dinner. I just like to imagine like some like 1950s housewife just opening up the windows to get some air in and just a bunch of fish flopping. The apple pie on the windowsill just gets obliterated.
Now, I want to show you this.
Okay. Would any of you want to live at the bottom of the sea, knowing all too well what happened to the good people of Rapture? Give us a yes or no. Explain your reasons. Why or why not?
I saw this the other day and I thought it was very neat. Okay, so this is a very cool channel. It's called Natural World Facts, right? And this particular video is on brine pools. And so what happens is, at the bottom of the ocean, there are different levels of salinity, and sometimes you end up with these pockets of exceedingly salty water. And they're usually filled with like sulfur and lots of other bad stuff too.
Yeah, right.
So it's like, this guy's, you know, here's this crab and he's loving it, and look at all these mussels. Brilliant.
Oh, you'd be stoked.
Absolutely. And then there's a pool over here, and somehow it's breached its wall, and then it's just slid downhill, and it spills out like a river running through the bottom of the ocean across the sea floor. And it just finds like its lowest point, right? Because it's heavier than the rest of the water.
Yeah, right. Yeah, yeah.
And there's all these like oysters that are like, it's great being down here, lower than the brine pool. I'm loving this.
Look at those idiots up there stuck in the brine pool, unlike us. Downhill chads.
Oh my
Food's
god.
falling down here all the time. We're getting big and fat and we love it.
The downhill chad versus the brine pool virgin.
And then it's like, hey, what's that? What's that smell? Is it getting darker? 5 seconds later, he's like, I can't get out of the way. I can't get out of the way. And they just get devastated.
Wow.
So it really is like the Goo Lagoon and SpongeBob, like how they have water. It's the sequel to water. There's water inside water. It's crazy that it is just so much darker. Like in a fantasy game, that would be the void or
I don't want to even talk about that.
the dark evil that seeps across the land.
Look at these stupid fish. Like, they can see it's just death incarnate, and then,
What's down here?
oh, I'm dying. I'm dying. I'm dead.
Yeah, fish are stupid. I think if they had eyebrows, we'd feel bad for them.
Right.
But they don't. So, like, if you saw someone, like, throw a puppy off a cliff, you'd
That's how I roll.
feel horrible.
Right.
But, like, discusing a fish off a cliff, that would honestly be one of the funniest things I've ever seen. They're so alien looking, they can't emote that you don't really feel bad for them. I feel like being a fish is literally the worst animal you could roll.
Yeah.
Because, like, at least if you're a land mammal, you can at least see the world around you.
Right.
Fish is like, you can see at most 2 to 5 meters in front of you.
Yeah, you got your eyes at the side of your head.
At any point, you can just get 5 nights at Freddy's jump scared by, like, a bigger fish.
All right. That's not. You didn't see me jump.
Of which there is, like, infinite amounts of.
Like, oh, wow, look, a tasty morsel. That thing looks delicious. So I go and I take a little bite. Oh my god, something's pulling on my face. Something's pulling on my fucking face. And then you know what? You might pull a cool trick and somehow you might get loose of the line and you go, whoa, that wasn't a tasty morsel at all. I got tricked. Oh, there's something in my mouth. And you've just got the hook now forever. It's like, there's something between my teeth. Steve, could you get this?
Could you imagine just having, even just the idea of like something between your teeth and you can't do anything about it? Imagine, then just having like a piece of shrapnel in your face that's just stuck there. And not only do you not have the capability of removing it, nobody
does.
And no one feels any sympathy either. At best, you get you got a new piercing.
Yeah.
Nice.
Damn, Jeff's gone metal, huh?
Well, I think it's because no matter what, the fish's life ends in a brutal and violent way.
Yes.
There is no fish retirement.
The fish grows old and grey and slumps off from the herd to die a peaceful life amongst the trees and...
Hold my fin.
I see the light. No, it's getting eaten, torn apart. Your cheek's getting pulled by a rod. You're getting dissolved by stomach acid alongside 500 other fish in the whale's guts. You're drowning in saltier water.
Sucks to be a fish.
There's no good out
No.
for a fish. Because yeah, the idea of being a fish is like you're in like the Texas Chainsaw Massacre 24/7.
Every
like
direction they turn around, you hear the revving of the chainsaw.
you're literally running 24/7. Except you've also got 2 extra axes to deal with because a fish could come from above or below too.
Yeah, I didn't even think of that.
You can't like hide behind a bush. I guess you could hide in some rocks on the seabed, and also visibility, right? Like unless you're in crystal clear waters.
And there's no way that they're not weirded out by the deep sea fish either. Like they must be looking at some of those guys and being like, they look fucking weird.
Oh, by the way, that's not what they look like. It's because of the pressure when they change drastically, then they kind of implode like that.
Do you reckon they're like, it's like they can't bring it up? Kind of offensive, like,
Yeah, I like that. Yeah, they're just like, they're little fish kids. They go, no, don't be insensitive. Hey.
It's like when a child sees like a disabled person and starts like pointing at them or whatever, and just like, no, it's just how they are.
No.
It's okay.
Oh, no, not Mount Everest. So I'm just going to give my 2 cents, and I think they're probably going to cover it. But Mount Everest has a lot of human corpses and a lot of human a lot of crap on Mount Everest. All right? Even the Yeti doesn't climb Mount Everest because of the amount of waste and dead humans. Might as well call it Garbage Mountain now.
Would you ever want to climb a mountain?
I wouldn't climb a mountain. I'd walk up one. I would never.
I have climbed a mountain, or walked up it. It was the Rocky Mountains in Montana. So I don't know which one it was, but it was one of the many Rocky Mountains. But enough for like a, it wasn't an arduous task. It was like a 1 day, 2 day. It was a 2-day event.
Never do Everest. There's like a pretty high percentage chance you don't get out of that.
I just don't see the appeal.
No.
You got to take like 3 weeks off work.
Yeah, there's a good chance you'll just die in one of the worst ways, like either getting crushed or rolling down a hill or falling down a crevasse and breaking your leg and just starving to death. Like there's innumerable ways you could die. I'm sure the view is spectacular.
Dumb ways to die.
I don't think it is. I think you can barely see anything.
That's what I'm saying. But even what you do see is like when it's something like this, like the image you have there, it's like, you just see more snowy rocks. It's not like you climb to the top of a nice hill in Yellowstone Valley.
There's no nice restaurant up there.
No, exactly. You're not uncovering like a hidden lagoon or valley or something. And especially like Mount Everest as well. You're doing it with like 600,000 other people. So it's like, I've heard during peak time of the year, it's literally like a conga line to the top of the mountain. So it's not even like you're like a bold explorer going where no one's gone before. Didn't someone do it in like shorts? One of those like guys who says they can like control their body temperature.
Oh no. No. Pants. Always wear pants.
I'm not kidding. I think a guy did do that. Is it? Yeah, it's Wim Hof. I thought it was him. The Iceman says he's able to like regulate his body temperature.
Holy
there
shit!
must be something to it if he.
Why?
Yeah.
If he didn't die.
You'd be pissed off, wouldn't you? Like you've spent several $1,000s at Kathmandu, kidding yourself out, and you just see some guy.
Yeah, it feels like you're way topping everybody.
It's already impressive to climb to the top, and now he's like doing it even better than you. He's like, come on, man, at least let me have this. Wasn't Dark Souls, you can pick your class and you can be like, is it depraved?
Unclothed Enigma, only armed with a club and an old plank shield.
Or something, you're just in your...
Oh, yeah, I know the one you mean.
He's just combat rolling to the top of the top of the mountain.
Oh, bookshops. I remember those. I remember Barnes & Noble back in the day. No, wait, not Barnes & Noble. Borders. Barnes & Noble's is still around. Borders. R.I.P.
Okay, let me tell you what I explored.
Okay.
I explored the bookshop on the weekend.
That's like a mental exploration.
I used to have a lot of books. Like a lot of books.
You seem well read.
I'm not particularly well-bred. Well-bred.
Well bred. It's breeding time.
But what happened was, I used to buy books for $1.
Sure.
Very quickly, I accumulated a lot of books. And anyway, I moved to one place and then a flood happened. And then I moved to another place. They got kind of left to the elements and so much dust got in there. So I went full 1930s mode and I had a fire in the backyard.
You had a book burning event. Hey, why you burn all those books? Why are you in that strange uniform?
Well, yeah, I had a book burning of my own stuff. And I thought, I'm just going to start the collection again. And so this weekend, I went to the bookstore and I got some better books. Some books.
$2.
I got some books with pictures in them.
So comics or like children's books.
So they've got a whole aisle now dedicated to manga.
Yep, Japan successfully won. They invaded. And now they're obviously beating up our own American comics because DC and Marvel are shite now.
I think it's pronounced mango.
And I thought, you know what? I'm going to do it. I'm going to see what all the fuss is about. And so they had these books on like Junji Ito, and I thought, well, yeah, it's quite spooky. I like spooky stories.
Oh yeah, he's good. Yep.
So I got a couple of those. I'm wandering around, and I get to the like mystical aisle, and I thought, oh, this would be funny. I'll buy her story and like a book on witchcraft. And then when people come around and visit, I'll like leave it on the coffee table, and I'll tell people that her historian's really into this stuff now.
Oh, dog-eared with like a bookmark in it. And...
Yeah, and have a name of your friend. What's this? Cursed to be destroyed. Why is my name here? Why am I bookmark? Oh, don't worry about it, Billy. You're just fine. How you feeling? Not too good.
Yeah. So I'm in that sort of aisle, and there's a whole bunch of tarot cards there.
Oh.
Yeah, let's have a look at that. So I
fun.
look at those. I pick it up, and the box feels very light. I mean, oh, that's weird. And it says on a sticker, please see at the counter. They can't trust tarot cards in the store regular. Interesting. So I went to the front counter, and I bought my couple of books, and I said to the lady, why are all the tarot cards behind the counter? And she goes, there's so much shoplifting of tarot cards. It's like the most stolen thing in the whole store.
Oh, wow. I would not have picked that.
No, I wouldn't have either. I thought that was so interesting. And I said, so what's number 2? And then she points down at my book. She goes, we've got a copy of Berserk up the back, and we don't even keep it at the front counter.
Yeah,
We keep it in the storage out the back.
that does not surprise me because I've tried to buy the first edition of Berserk. So I'm like, I want to read this, but it's never anywhere. And I just assumed, it's so popular that it's sold out. But that makes way more sense that people are just shanghaiing it.
Yeah.
Wow.
She also said, like, well, the reason that the tarot cards are stolen so often is because they're so easy to resell.
Oh.
Yeah.
Sure. Would stealing them not imbue them with some dark energy, or does that like activate their powers? Now, ironically, if the store actually used the tarot cards, they would know that they're about to get stolen
The great phantom thief. It's time to duel. I got the dark magician.
from.
Yeah, it's like how no one steals a Ouija board because you always see it coming.
It's funny how recent Ouija boards are.
Yeah, I've heard it's Parker Brothers thing.
Yeah. It was just some goofy board game from like the 60s.
Got questions? Don't be left in the dark. New.
Oh, how those Parker brothers sleep at night. You know what? Screw the Ouija board. That's not the game from Parker Brothers you got to worry about. You want to talk about a game that's going to be very cutthroat and brutal? First name, first letter, M. Monopoly. All right, folks. Type in the comment section below your experience playing Monopoly with family and friends, right? I'm pretty sure everybody's got their horror story. Or is that maybe a good family outcome? Type your story of playing Monopoly in the comment section below. Regale us with tales of victory and defeat, betrayal, and corporate sabotage.
Glow in the dark Ouija.
It'd be like if Mousetrap turned out to be haunted or something.
Oh, yeah, no, I like that. It's like, whatever you do, do not go seeking the cheese. I did once, and boy, do I regret it. Do you remember the Mousetrap ad?
It's a crazy contraption.
Wait. No, it's the crazy action. Something action. The crazy contraption. The fun is catching its Mousetrap. Fuck.
What they should have.
Nah, the one commercial though that has not aged well is Mr. Bucket. It's Mr. Bucket, balls in my mouth. No, that's what he said. That's in the commercial. I'm Mr. Bucket, balls in my mouth.
For the tarot cards. They're plated in such a way that you just want to steal them. Even if you have no interest in stealing tarot cards, you're like, oh, I could fully take that so easily.
Yeah.
But you do, and then all of a sudden you start hearing like clinks and dinks of small ball bearings rolling around. A giant plastic cage lands on top of you. I don't know how that works with OSHA, but I reckon we could get it pushed through.
Good. Ooh, old video games.
Old video games, especially old online games, are very creepy in a very liminal space kind of way.
That's true.
You know, the graphics are all like very outdated, and you'll be playing games where there'll be the implication of a wider world, but you just know, and the reality is there's nothing there.
Yeah.
Like if I could just jump over this wall, I'm in a void.
Oh, yeah, right. Yeah, like you're playing Pokemon or something, and you actually manage to move the truck, and there's a door.
And you step into the door.
Yeah, and you go inside, right? And it's like a liminal
Oh man, very few people knew about this.
space, which is very scary.
Yeah.
And it's like a cave. You're expecting to encounter Dugtrio and Zubats, but instead it's nothing. As I walked through the cave, it got darker and darker, and I started to notice some strange things. There were skeletons. What's the bit? It's called like Pokemon Death Black?
No, Pokemon, Black version or something like it's just an urban legend. It can't hurt you.
Or
No,
like,
it has to be called Pokemon Blood Red or something. Pokemon, what's a scary color? Pokemon Gray, actually. That's kind of cool. That's a liminal color.
is there like an adjective we can throw on it? Like,
No.
what about like morbid gray?
I feel Pokemon Gray. I feel
green.
like Pokemon Kill Your Parents Orange.
No. Where does this go?
I got it.
Yeah.
The weird thing was, the man at the EB Games insisted that this was the best version. It's weird though. Never seen that man working there before.
When he spoke backwards and in tongues.
But somehow I was able to understand it. And then I was playing Pokemon.
I thought he had just had an aneurysm. I just shrugged. Oh, fuck it out. It's perfect.
I walk up to one of the corpses and push A, expecting a dialogue box to open up, and one did. But it was blank, as though the programmers had forgotten to type anything in. And that was when it happened. The Pokemon battle music started playing,
But backwards.
and all distorted.
Eventually, I came to a crossroads. I could either go left or right. So I turned right, and as I got to the end of that path, there was another intersection. So I turned right. Eventually, I got tired. I went onto the dark net, and I started asking, what's going on? And then someone finally replied, never go left. Luckily, till then, I had only ever gone right, and the username was just
H3LPM3.
I logged back onto my Game Boy. I turned left. That's when it happened. I blacked out. In the game and in real life. I woke up the next day and I went outside. I was suddenly in the cave in real life. I yelled out into the cave, hello? Is anybody there?
But all I heard back was echoes.
Yes, the early days of the internet and creepypasta, yeah?
As time went on, though, the echoes started to become more distorted.
It was surreal. It was more than surreal. It was liminal.
My dad's gonna kill me.
That's it. They've always got their priorities wrong, yeah.
I came across several piles of bones.
I bent down over one of the skeletons and I saw in its pocket a journal. I opened the journal and I read the first page. It said, I'm so happy. Today I just bought my copy of Pokemon Gray.
All this is written down in a journal.
I flipped through the pages and then I found it. They said they found the truck too. They went into the cave as well. And now they're saying that they're lost in the cave.
This person's style of writing was familiar.
Oh my god.
My suspicions were confirmed when I got to the final page. All that it was hundreds and hundreds of scratchings that said, don't go left.
Then I saw it. They signed their name at the bottom of their last journal entry. H3LPM3.
That's when I realized it was saying
Help me.
I walked around in the game a little bit more until I saw the first human figure I'd seen in this cave in the game.
I started to get closer to Ash Ketchum, but he wasn't usual. He was 18
Oh, Lavender Town.
feet tall, and his limbs were all very lanky, not like in the cartoons. Instead of, I want to be the best, he said, I want to kill everybody.
And as his face got closer, it was like my vision was overcome with TV static.
And I blacked out. When I woke up, I was in a strange, new place. It was still the cave, but in the distance, I could see lights like those of a hospital room. There was a hospital bed in the cave, and Ash Ketchum was in the hospital bed. I went over there to see what was going on, and as I got up right next to Ash, I realized he's been in a coma the whole time. Wait a minute. I had seen a theory about this.
That's when I looked back again and I realized
What was it?
Ash had my face. What if his mouth just opened and it played like the garbled, creepy Pokemon cries?
Because we've done that 8 times. That's why we can't do that.
But what if we did it a 9th
It
time?
can't be more static. He can't open his mouth and more static comes out like pristine garbage.
I blinked and now I was in the bed, looking up. But I was no longer in the cave.
I was in the hospital. I had just woken up and my parents were around me. They said that I fainted.
I was looking around for my Game Boy Color, but I couldn't see it anywhere. I asked my dad, and he said, it's at home, but we haven't even bought you a single game to play in it yet.
You've been playing an empty Game Boy the whole time.
This experience shook me to my core, but my dad and mum both reassured me that everything will be all right. Anyway, this might be my last journal entry for a few weeks. Me and my parents are going to go on holiday tomorrow to visit New York City. Thanks, everyone. Dated September 10th, 2001.
Jesus Christ, that's so stupid. A few weeks later, I was at a cafe, out with my girl, when all of a sudden, I looked across the table, and what I saw, it shocked me to my core. The guy from EB Games is just like there, like Michael Caine giving like a knowing nod at the end of Batman.
Okay.
Yeah.
Like, hey.
Like a pedestrian walks past and he's gone.
That's it, yeah. Or it's got to be like a suspenseful thing, like, uh-oh, think of what the ramifications for the whole world will be. So, over the years, I've tried to put that all behind me, keep it out of my memory. Maybe it really was all just a dream.
It was all a dream.
One day, I was browsing the Pirate Bay,
Yeah.
and someone had uploaded the ROM, Pokemon Void Black. There it was, and it had been downloaded 30 million times.
I clicked on it, and the description was just an assy art picture of Ash Ketchum's face in the bed. Exactly how I remember it.
I ran downstairs. I knew my dad liked to use the Pirate Bay. I went into his study. I burst through the door. Don't play that ROM. But when I opened the door to his office, there was just a chair, an empty pile of clothes, and the ROM was open. He had gone to a liminal space, and I would never see him again.
All I heard was that familiar beat. Beep, 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 beep.
He's right behind you.
Thanks again to NordVPN. Don't forget to...
Okay, what have we learned here? First of all, number one, exploration's fun. I've been on a few exploratory journeys. I've done 3 dinosaur expeditions, 2 to Montana, 1 to South Dakota. I've been to Japan twice, 2 tours in Iraq. That was a lot of fun. Been to a couple of states here all across the good old US of A, Montana, South Dakota, California, North Carolina, South Carolina, Indiana, Wisconsin, Michigan, New York, all that good stuff, Hell, I even went to visit Washington, D.C. a few times, so there you go. But tell us, Would you live at the bottom of the ocean? Regale us with tales of Monopoly, playing with friends and family. Was there ever a horror story? Where would you like to go? Where would you like to visit? What do you want to know more about? Regale us with tales of exploration. But huge shout out to the Internet Historian. This is from his other channel, Incognito Mode. Listen up, you hip cool cats. Please support the original content creator. 10 out of 10. Epic fun video. Lots of fun here. And do you remember playing Pokemon? Do you remember those theories? By the way, yes, I remember playing Pokemon back in the day. And you know what I remember? The story of Pika Blue. Who remembers that? That was in version red and blue back in the day. Boy, oh boy. The internet was an innocent era. Well, there's nothing too innocent about it. It was more of the Wild West. But take good care of yourselves. Drink water. Be safe, you hip cool cats. Like, comment, share, and subscribe. Check out our Discord and follow us on Patreon. Much love and peace to you guys.